ATL.GA faithful, my people. I am the Douglas Carter, and welcome to the show. Let's talk some Falcons. Let's talk some Atlanta sports. You know what I'm saying? What y'all know about that old school Falcons symbol, logo? Had to pull it out today. Weather's nice outside, starting to warm up. I can feel the football season in the air. I did a video earlier about this and my energy was down. But this channel is for uplifting, clean content. So I need to get a little bit more juice, you know what I'm saying? I gotta start flexing on these boys, you know what I'm saying? Oh, feels good. Oh, now, this is about the Falcons and the Falcons roster. And the roster is a big problem, guys. Before we start that, I want to say thank you and I appreciate you and the work that you do. Now, if you're not working, then I can't work with you. So everybody, we were designed to work. Let's get up there and work. Whatever you're doing, let's get out there and work. You're doing videos, do some videos. And I know that this is like a full-time job for some people. The film study and the looking up stats and all that stuff is hard work. I'm not gonna do a bunch of film study and stats because I'm just not that guy. I'm just gonna come with some real live talk, conversation. I want some feedback, drop some comments, tell me what you like, tell me what you don't like. You know what I'm saying? This is an interactive platform and I'm gonna use this for a lot of different things. I also want to just touch base real quick, and I know y'all probably already know the Hawks head coach Lloyd Pierce got fired. He's out, he's gone, and I'm on these Falcons. The Hawks, they won with the other coach that's stepping in. I forget his name right now, but now we'll get to see if it's coaching or if it's the players. Like, I need the Hawks to do some work and get into the playoffs. Okay, anyway, let's move past that. Let me get into what this video is about. The Falcons and the Falcons roster. I got some notes right here and I tried to break down the roster. I took a deeper look at it and it doesn't look good. In my other video, I was optimistic, thinking the Falcons could go 10-6. Now I just don't know if that's too far-fetched. The roster's not good, guys. We got so many holes to fill. It's hard to know where to start. I did a couple mock drafts. I've done actually a lot of mock drafts, but I picked 3 of the latest ones I did and tried to see how I would do it if I was GM. An interesting thing on that though, I heard on 92.9 The Game, which is a radio station that I listen to a lot. I've had one of my songs on there before when the Falcons should have won the Super Bowl, but I was gonna make an even bigger and better song when we won the Super Bowl, but we all know what happened there, so I'm just gonna have to wait on that. I will be bringing some of my original music to the channel as well. I hope you guys check that out and see if you like that and let me know what you think. But anyway, back to the Falcons. So our roster here, our offensive line, we got Alex Mack, Chris Lindstrom, Matt Hennessy, Caleb McGarry, and Jake Matthews as like our 5 solid starters. But we don't know about Alex Mack's future. So if we stay put and don't make any trades and we stay put at number 4, I really like getting Penei Sewell. It was an interesting point. My mind shift. I'm thinking so fast. 92.9 The Game, they were talking about, somebody had said something about getting Kyle Pitts at number 4. And I wouldn't be mad if we got Kyle Pitts. I mean, he's a beast. But I will get Penei Sewell to add to this offensive line because you know we need an offensive line. You know the game's won in the trenches. You know we don't have a run game. You know Matt Ryan can't take too many more sacks because he's getting up there. So besides those 5 I listed, if Alex Mack's gone, we really need to get one, whether it's Penei Sewell or maybe an Alex Leatherwood, something like that later in the draft. Because our other guys, we got James Carpenter, Matt Gono, John Wetzel, Willie Wright, Justin McCray, and then some guy, Willie Beavers. I don't know, but congratulations on making it to the NFL. I'm sorry, I don't know who you are. A lot of work on the offensive line, guys. So moving to the defense line, what we got now, Grady Jarrett, and we got Grady Jarrett, and then we got Jesse Tuggle, the Hammer's son, Grady Jarrett. And besides him, I don't know. I mean, Dante Fowler Jr., I thought he was going to be a beast. I thought he was going to be dusting his shoes off sacks. And I don't know what happened. Is he hurt? Is he not hurt? Where did he go? Dan Quinn just hook him up and say, come on over here. Don't worry about doing it. I don't know. But if we're going to keep Dante Fowler Jr., I need to see some sacks. I don't know if we can keep him. He's a little pricey. You know, there's going to be a lot of maneuvers this season. But besides Grady Jarrett and Dante Fowler Jr., the other 2 to 3 players that is kind of good, Jacob Tuitu Mariner, Charles Harris, they both did all right. But, I mean, can they be more than what they did? I don't know. Then John Kaminsky, I thought he was solid, but I want to see more of him. Yeah. Marlon Davidson, the kid out of Auburn. I think everybody who pays attention to the Falcons saw his interview where he's like, you know, the thing I just love about football is like, you know, I can just beat down a man consistently and not have to go to prison for it, not get in trouble for it. I love the intensity. I need to see it on the field, man. He was like a ghost this year. What's the deal? I need him out there healthy, balling, and sacking people. But besides those guys, we got Chris Slayton, Deidre Snott. Who? Where? Who's Deidre Snott? You was a draft pick. I don't know where you are. Steven Means, can he do something? Tyler Davidson, you know, they let go Alan Bailey, so he's gone. And our defensive line is in trouble. We only got really 2 names on it. So, in this draft for an edge rush, I haven't heard anybody say that one edge rusher. The only edge rusher I like in the draft to get high is Azeez Ojulari, the beast out of Georgia. If you ain't getting him, all these other guys, I mean, I seen the names, Basham Jr. out of Wake Forest. You got Weaver, I think, out of Pitt. You got Joseph Asai or something like that out of Texas. Dalen Hayes out of Notre Dame. Some of these other guys, the guys out of Miami and some people that opted out and didn't play, who knows what they're going to be. But let's move on from our defensive line. But our defensive line is a big problem. The 2 biggest problems are our defensive line and our DBs. Our DBs, besides Jalen Hawkins and A.J. Terrell, and we don't even know about Jalen Hawkins. I'm hoping he's going to come in and be a starter and be a baller. But A.J. Terrell's pretty much it, guys. Darquez Denard. Are we going to bring him back? He's solid. Then you got somebody named Delrick Abrams. I don't know who he is. TJ Green, I don't know who he is. Tyler Hall, I don't know who he is. Josh Harris, I don't know who he is. We got Keanu Neal, but are we going to be able to keep him? It seems like everybody's saying no, we're not going to be able to. So if we can, I want to keep him, see what he can do with Dean Pease and this defense. Because, you know, Keanu Neal's my boy. He's a big hitter. I like his skills, but he's been hurt. You know, I got to see him out there and healthy. Sherrod Neesman, he's getting up there. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Isaiah Oliver, congratulations on making it to the NFL. And I'm not trying to be a hater. I'm not trying to hate on this man. I don't want him on our team. If he is there, he's got to start balling, man, because he's been looking like a burnt piece of toast from day one. And Kendall Sheffield, he's doing all right, but can he get better? You know what I'm saying? Then somebody named Chris Williamson, I don't know who he is. Bleedy Ray Wilson, you know, he made a couple big plays, but, you know, he's not like a star caliber player. DeMonte Casey, can he be a star player? Can we even keep him? I like Casey. He's a ball hawk, but some of these other shows I've watched on this Top Billing, let me shout out Top Billing real quick. He kind of broke down how Casey's really not in the place where he should be, and sometimes that's how he gets these interceptions, you know? But at least he's catching and trying to make plays, and we need that. So that's why I really say, besides Jalen Hawkins and A.J. Terrell, what do we have? They let Rico go. Ricardo Allen, that was one of my boys too. I mean, he grinded from ground zero to getting in the NFL and doing his thing and making plays, but then he got hurt, and now, you know, we can't afford him. So, like I said, the DBs and the defensive line, we got to get in this draft. I would try my best to get at least 2 safeties and 2 cornerbacks if we can, you know, trade back. I'm kind of feeling the trade back scenario the most out of everything because we got so many holes and we need to get as much talent in here as we can. Plus, we have no cap room to really sign any free agents. We might be able to sign one or two, but not for much, so it's going to have to be a bargain. Terry Fontenot, you know what I'm saying? Jimmy Obama over that pound for pound ATL. Please don't call me a New Orleans Saints fan. I feel you on that. He called him the voodoo doctor. I don't want no voodoo over here. I just want him to fix this mess Thomas Dimitroff and Dan Quinn left us. Arthur Smith, I think he's a good coach. I think he can get something going. I think we're going to have a run game, and we got to address that running back in the draft too. Our linebackers, we got Deion Jones, Foye, Michael Walker, and then after those three, we got Leroy Reynolds and Edmund Robinson. I'm hoping Michael Walker can be a star in this league. That way we'll have three good linebackers. And if we can add a linebacker in the draft, we probably need to do that too. Our fullback is Keith Smith. I'm hoping they keep him because we're going to need a fullback, and I think he's a solid fullback. Our running backs, Tony Brooks-James, I don't know. The jury's yet to be out on him. Todd Gurley, my jury's out on you, bro. I am a Todd Gurley fan. I am a Georgia fan. I was a little excited about Gurley coming to Atlanta, but a little bit skeptic because of his arthritic knee. And he started off good, but the crazy thing to me is, let me just take a breath real quick. The crazy thing to me is Matt Ryan said, man, the thing that stands out to me most about Todd Gurley is, like his attention to detail. He's a really smart player. And then against the Detroit Lions, you can check the video. Matt Ryan is telling him, I don't know if it was on the exact play, but he's saying, we're running the ball. Whatever you do, don't score a touchdown. And I know it's hard when you're running against grown men, full momentum, taking hits to try to slow down, but bro, you got to do that in that situation. And what does Todd Gurley do? He falls into the end zone, and everybody knew the Detroit Lions was going to come back down the field and score a touchdown. I mean, you could see it plain as day. Oh, man, that hurt. That hurt. And after that, I'm like, Todd Gurley, you got to go. And after that, he really didn't do much. So I don't want Todd Gurley. Let's get rid of him and see what we could do. Brian Hill, Ito Smith, they're like manageable, serviceable backs. I don't know if we keep one or keep two. I really want to see Quadre Olison or Ollison, however you say it. Big dude. I think he's out of Pitt. Really, he scored a couple touchdowns early, and then he hasn't been used, but I want to see him get used. And that's now. Dirk Cutter. So glad to see you go. And like I say, on this channel, I'm not trying to disrespect or hate on anybody. I'm just speaking as a fan and giving my opinion. I was very upset when we got Dirk Cutter. When we hired him, I'm like, he didn't work the first time. I never liked his offense. It's always been predictable. It's always been stupid, play calling as far as I'm concerned. But let's move on from him because he's not here anymore, And let's thank God for that because, no. Okay. So, we're going to draft a running back in the draft. We're going to, I'm not sure in my head how that sounded. We're going to address, I think I said a draft. We're going to address the running back in the draft, and hopefully we'll get a beast. Wide receivers, we got Julio. Hey, I hope we keep him. I think we will keep him. I hope he's getting healthy, and I hope he comes and balls out. Calvin Ridley, he's going to ball out. Russell Gage, I call him the 12 gauge, and he's going to do his thing. Then after that, I like Olamide Zaccheaus, OZ, Laquan Treadwell, Chris Rowland, Brandon Powell, and Christian Blake. And then somebody named Greg Dortch. Don't know who that is. But we can get rid of some of these guys. If it was me, I would keep, of course, Julio, Calvin, and Russell Gage. I would keep OZ. And then after those, pick who you want. Pick who shows out in camp. Maybe add another wide receiver in the draft. So our receivers look okay. Our linebackers look okay. Our offensive line looks okay. But our defensive line and our DB room, we have got to get that right in this draft. Quarterback Matt Ryan, you know who he is. Now, for some reason, it says Matt Schaub is on this roster. I thought he retired. Y'all correct me. Let me know what's the deal with Matt Schaub. I know we got rid of Benkert. So, I mean, we're going to need, I think, most NFL teams that want to have like 2 backups on the roster. So, with this draft, what do y'all want to do? Do y'all want to get a quarterback with the number 4 pick? I don't. I don't want to get a quarterback with the number 4 pick. I want to move back and get some more picks because we got too many holes. You know, I feel like I'm taking a little bit more time than I wanted to, so I'm going to try to speed this up a little bit. I did a couple mock drafts. Let me go ahead and get into those real quick. So the first mock draft I did was on PFN Mock Draft Simulator, and I like this simulator. I think the players are rated better on this simulator. I think it's more realistic than PFF, and I say that because on PFF, that simulator, they have Najee Harris at number 68, and that alone throws me off. They have the safety, Darius Washington, on PFF ranked as low, like in the 30s, but on PFN, they have Darius Washington like ranked number 99, which I think is more the range. But I don't know. I guess none of us do. We're just trying to go off the information that we can get and pull from different sources. So the first draft, I stayed put at number 4. I didn't make any trades. So at number 4, I took Penei Sewell. At number 35, I took Richie Grant, safety. At number 68, I took Javonte Williams, running back out of North Carolina, who I have been hearing nothing but good things about, and his other running back, Michael Carter, out of North Carolina. If we could get one of those, I'd be good. I'd be good. Even if we can get some other guys later in the draft, Amandre Stevenson, something like that. I heard some talk about him from Pound for Pound ATL. We shout them out right there again. Then at 108, I took DJ Daniel, the cornerback out of Georgia. 149, I took Sage Surratt, a wide receiver out of Wake Forest. 181, I took Damar Hamlin, a safety out of Pitt. 183, I took Janarius Robinson, an edge out of Florida State. He looks like a beast. I don't know much about him. I really just watched his highlights. Shout out to Smitty Smith Sports Machine. He commented back and told me what he thought about him, but I think he could be a good edge in the later rounds. Janarius Robinson, Florida State. Y'all tell me if y'all know more about him. 189, I got Shakur Brown. He's a corner out of Michigan State. And 218, I got Malik Herring, another edge out of Georgia. That's what I got on that one. Y'all let me know what y'all think about those picks. So then on the second one, I traded back with the Jags and got 3 more picks. I gave them my number 4. They gave me their number 23. So at 23, I took Patrick Surtain, the corner out of Alabama. At 25, I was glad to see this guy was still there. He's the only edge in the draft that I would take this high. Azeez Ojulari out of Georgia. I think he's a beast. At number 35, I took Xavin Collins, linebacker, Tulsa. I've heard a lot of good things about him. Pound for Pound ATL, shout out you again. Smitty Smith Sports Machine, shout out you again. And we need a linebacker, so I took him there. 45, I took Alex Leatherwood, tackle out of Alabama. Since I couldn't get Penei Sewell, that's my offensive lineman. 68, I took Javonte Williams again. He was there again, so I took him. 108, I took Darius Washington, the safety out of TCU. I know everybody's high on Moorrig, and I would like Moorrig too, but in all these simulators, he was gone. So I don't know if I want to spend that high of a pick on him. So I got Darius Washington. 149, I took Sage Surratt again. He's a wide receiver out of Wake Forest because I want a wide receiver to add to the core. 188, I took Cameron Bynum, cornerback out of Cal. He's kind of small, but we need corners. 183, I took Janarius Robinson again, the edge out of Florida State. 189, I took Paris Ford, another safety out of Pitt. 218, I took Trey Brown, another cornerback out of Oklahoma. Again, he's small, but both the corners, Cameron Bynum and Trey Brown, they didn't look too big, and I don't know if they can cover NFL wide receivers, but they were fast and ball hawk and weren't afraid to tackle. So I know we just need depth at the position. So I went heavy on cornerbacks and safeties, try to throw in the linebacker, edge, and the offensive lineman and the receiver in there as well. Y'all let me know what y'all think about those players. If y'all like, man, that player's trash and like you should never get him there, let me know because I'm trying to figure this out. So the last one was PFF, and I just stayed put. I didn't trade or anything. I took Panay at number 4. I took Darius Washington at 35 because that's where he was graded. And I took Najee Harris at 68, but I don't think there's any way he's going to be there. But if we could get Najee Harris in the 3rd round, I would do that right there. 108, I took Rodarius Williams, a cornerback out of Oklahoma State. 149, Israel Mukuamu, a cornerback out of South Carolina. I don't know anything about these guys. If y'all know something about them, let me know. I'm just trying to fill needs, and they were the highest rated players at that time in the draft when I picked. 181, I took Dwayne Eskridge, wide receiver out of Western Michigan. I watched some of his tape, and this dude could fly. If we could get him, I think that's a steal, especially way down there in the draft. 183, Ashari Croswell, safety out of Arizona State. Didn't have much tape on him that I could find, but he was rated pretty high at that point in time, so I took him. 189, DJ Daniel, cornerback out of Georgia. Maybe it's just Georgia, coming through, but I think he could be a good corner at that range in the draft, a good pick. 218, I took somebody, LeBron Ray. He's an edge out of Alabama. I don't know much about him, but Alabama, you know what I'm saying? So maybe he could do something. So that's really just what I wanted to go through on this video. I wanted to do something real quick, break down the roster, come to a conclusion that it is almost a complete, I don't know if dumpster fire is too strong, but man, this roster needs some work. I think I heard we only have like 39 guys signed to the team, and we're going to have to make all these maneuvers. And I hope we got a good capologist specialist, and I hope some of these guys can restructure their contracts and we can make it work, fill some holes in the draft. Y'all let me know if y'all think I did a good job filling the holes or a terrible job. I'm just curious of your guys' opinion, guys and gals. This station is for everybody. So with that being said, I just want to say thank God works. I hope you have a blessed rest of your day, whether it's morning or evening or whatever time you see this. Stay blessed. 1.